One of the best things about Rolex is that no matter which model or watch you pick up, there's a history that is not just decades long, rather it is generations long. While we have discussed and spoken about Rolex Submariner, GMT, Oyster Perpetual, Datejust and Daytona, when we start to look at Rolex Day-Date, things are not much different in terms of history. Accordingly, we are talking about a watch that was introduced in 1956, and as we stand today, the Rolex Day-Date has a history of over 66 years. This was also the first Rolex to ever offer a completely spelled day of the week, hence the name Day-Date. That is, where you get a date in the Datejust with a Cyclops lens. You have not just a date here, but also the day of the week in this watch. What's interesting is that this is not where everything that the Day-Date has to offer ends. Rather, this is where it starts. And as you start to explore the Day-Date and everything on offer, you start to realize that maybe this is the ultimate Rolex you would ever need. Day-Date, the ultimate watch of prestige, is what the Rolex website states, and rightfully so when you remember that while all the other Oyster Perpetual watches we see today, including Yachtmaster, Submariner, OP, DJ, Subs and GMTs, are offered primarily in oyster steel, or let's just say in stainless steel, with some variations in precious metal too. The Day-Date is not offered in steel in basically any configuration. Rather, Day-Date is only offered in precious metals of yellow gold, pink gold, white gold and platinum. This is also, as we speak today, the only true 40mm case-sized Rolex in Oyster Perpetual and non-professional range that Rolex has to offer. And if you didn't notice already, Rolex never offered the 40mm case size in either OP or DJ. For OP, Rolex went from 36 to 39mm and then 41mm. And then with DJ, Rolex went from 36mm all the way to 41mm. However, with the Day-Date, Rolex went back from 41 to 40mm. And what we have in result is the perfect size, aesthetics and proportions for a watch that is all about prestige and looks. This particular configuration of the Day-Date is further pretty much the top-of-the-line model, as it comes in platinum case and bracelet, ice blue sunburst style, which is absolutely spectacular to say the least, and then those diamond indices in the dial, which truly make this watch something that is truly hard to explain in words or even show in the camera. This is truly the finest example of prestige and stealth wealth, because from distance, the platinum may look like just steel, but on your wrist, you feel the weight, and in your eyes, you experience the joy and pleasure every second you wear it from basically the best in the business precious metal. While the Day-Date offers all the high-end experience, it doesn't come at the cost of Rolex functionality or specs. So being in the Oyster case again means that it is waterproof to the depth of 100 meters. And then the Rolex COSC certification guarantees the time precision of +2 to -2 seconds a day. This is of course on top of 70 hours of power reserve, which adds to the convenience of owning a timepiece like this. Staying true to the premium looks and prestige of the watch, the dial of the Day-Date in ice blue is absolutely beautiful, and even under close inspection, you really notice how crisp and clearly defined the sunburst lines are, which allow the dial to play with the light like it does. And then when you start to look at the diamonds for the hour indices, they are truly an ocean of beauty, and you can easily get lost in them for hours without even realizing. Not sure if there is more beautiful hour markers I've seen or shown on my channel before, and I really don't know how to make a watch more beautiful than this. So this is truly the finest example of watchmaking on display. There's a seconds hand that is truly beautiful in blue, and as you flick your wrist, you start to see how the seconds hand play with the light to show its true colors and add to the experience. The solid diamond indices also mean that there's naturally no lume in them. This is also consistent with the dial hands, which come with basically no lume. The Day-Date is obviously not a professional watch, so you can't really complain, yet it offers 100 meters of waterproofness, so you can still easily jump in the pool wearing and enjoying it regardless. On the wrist, the Day-Date wears like an absolute Rolex dream. It is beautiful and it is truly stunning, and in this configuration with diamond indices, you really will likely be lost in the experience it has to offer than to notice how large or small it wears. This is not to say that it wears bad. It actually wears the best for an Oyster perpetual case Rolex, and at 40mm, it wears true to its size and offers the right amount of heftiness and wrist experience. The lug-to-lug height of the watch at 47.5mm means that it is a very wearable watch, and you can see it on my wrist of 6.5 inches and the wristband of 55mm, that it stays in the center of my wrist and wears beautifully. The watch comes with Rolex President Bracelet, which is only offered in the Day-Date, and offers a right balance between the sporty 3-link Oyster bracelet and the dressy 5-link Jubilee bracelet. And with this bracelet, you arguably hit the best of both worlds. Rolex Day-Date in platinum with ice blue dial and diamond indices is truly the finest example of what Rolex stands for, a luxury watch that is true to its function and accuracy, yet offers the highest level of workmanship that Rolex has to offer. While there are multiple options in the steel range of Rolex make Day-Date only in precious metal because what it stands for is prestige, pride, and pleasure. In the world that we live in today, where watches are mostly worn for pleasure and enjoyment, the Day-Date ticks every box that you would ask for. But then, when you look at its history, Rolex introduced this masterpiece over 6 decades ago. Is there a better example of timelessness in watchmaking and design from the finest watchmaker to exist?